What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the new subscribers, all the day ones, all the likes, all the comments, all the positive feedback, all the knowledge dropping on how to do this, how to do that. Man, it's greatly appreciated. Me being new to this YouTube stuff, I don't know what I can and can't do. You know, I, I should have been doing my research. They say you can't play the game before you play a game, you got to know the rules to it, you know, and I should have did that. I should have gone in there, done some research of what I couldn't do, can't do. Hey, but I jumped in head forward. You know what I mean? Uh, Same thing. You ask questions later, and I'm here now, so it is what it is. This video is going to bring my point on this so-called Betty the cook. I'm gonna tell you like this: Betty the cook is a character for giggles. Yesterday I did a live, but a lot of people could have probably took it out of context, like if I was making fun of the victims, or it's far from that. But everybody's watched that video. If not, go check it out for you can see the giggles that the stuff that this guy was saying was just outrageous. Uh it wasn't nothing to get to the truth. It was more for laughs and giggles, you know, smut mark more in a funnier way. And I'm gonna break it down. First, he said that Mark would turn into this character, Donatello. He paints a picture of I'm gonna break it down to you. Okay, why is he Donatello? Okay, well you got four characters in the Turtles. You got Ralphie, he got that pitchfork. Then you got Leonardo, he got that sword, the blade. Then you got Michelangelo, he got some nunchucks, and then you got Donatello with the wooden shaft. So this guy's painting a picture that Mark would turn into Donatello, I guess by him getting erected and I guess having a pole and walking around and pointing at his boys to do this, do that, or else this wooden shaft is gonna get inserted in you. Y'all go watch the video. It's more outlandish, comical, and not even serious. So how somebody that I had to get some laughs and giggles, man. I've been at the serious end of this deal. People complaining about this and that. I ain't got no control of what somebody else did to somebody else, but they want to put me in the middle. I'm through explaining myself. I don't have to justify. Uh, it is what it is. So I mean, it is what it is. Leave that ain't even worth Betty the cook. Outlandish stories, more of a comical, more for laughs and giggles. And I'm gonna move on to the second one, this Oreo. Yesterday, I said something about an Oreo, and that was for fun. That was laughs and giggles. There's no such thing as a Oreo. Outlandish, comical stories that I just had to give my twist on it too. If they can make up these characters, why can't I add something to those characters? I'm not taking away from the seriousness of what really occurred to these people, these victims, because that's what they are, victims. And you got this character coming out spinning crazy narrative, outlandish, like comical. It's like you have no choice but to laugh. You know, the Oreo scenario. He's implicating that Mark, and it makes no sense. You know, Mark being a big dude, and having two people to keep you body heat. It just doesn't. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to the actual mind to be like, okay, why would a guy want two people just to spoon? I mean, this is more of a comical comedy prison genre movie that you would see on Tubi or bootleg movies. It's more of a comical scenario that this guy's painting. We've seen the documentary, and nowhere would you see that. And then when you ask him, did you ever witness Mark do any of these deviant things? Oh no, I was just looking. I was more of his cook. You know, prison cook what? What is he cooking him? There's nothing from that commissary. It's not like you're getting a filet mignon or some T-bone steaks or a tomahawk or some pork chops or some fried chicken, even some salmon or something that you can make. Man, that guy's gonna go over there. He's gonna fry it up. Hey, we're gonna eat a 5-course meal tonight. We need this guy. Plus, he works in the kitchen. He's bringing out seasoning. He's bringing out cheese. He's bringing out bread. You know, the story doesn't add up to the so-called Betty. So he got a pass just for being a cook. All Mark wanted to do was just spoon. Oh, I just want to spoon. You go out there and keep me proteined up because these boys are wearing me out. Or is Mark getting too much protein? Is he like his nutritionist? Like, hey, calm down, Mark. You swallowing up them boys too much. You getting too much protein up in you. We're gonna have to end up pumping your stomach. We don't want that to happen. You seen last time. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense. And then you ask him, have you ever watched Mark and Hips Go to Town? And he goes with the stupid remark about kissing, French. And just the way he says it is more of a comical scenario. There's nothing that you can sit there and be like, man, that guy's being honest. He's being for real, man. You got to take him for his word. That's a real victim. No. Oh, he just because we all seen what Mark said in that documentary. I'm gonna play it here in a little bit. It was more than just kissing. It's cream pieing, man defecating on another. Cause I remember on one video, Flea said, I'm gonna know what Mark I'm gonna know if he's because you gotta have tools of the trade. And Flea said, oh, you gotta have a rag because you gotta wipe yourself down. I'm pretty sure y'all seen that video too. Where Flea says, oh no, you gotta have a rag because you gotta wipe yourself down. So apparently there's a mess. Something got to get wiped down. So just imagine that guy, Mark and JG, 5 times. That sounds like 5 times that guy defecated on himself and on them dudes. That is some taboo stuff, man. That's I don't know, man. I don't know what these characters deviants. We gotta stop them. They gotta go back in the closet. There's no room out here for them in society. For what? For lifetime health care? No. Keep that to your landlord, roommate, baker, partner, whatever you call him. Keep that between you and him. Don't spread it. Nobody else wants that. Once again, lifetime healthcare issues for his victim. I want to know, does Betty know? Did he get any lifetime healthcare issues? Because apparently, according to Jonathan Swartz, an intelligent with the criminal investigation background, a father. I don't see him calling a rat a duck. He's going to call a duck for what it is, a duck. And that's what he did with the booty dog. Called him what he is, a cereal out of that. That means not just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cereal, man. That's your MO. That's how you operate. You're known for that. We as the subscribers are really never going to know the body count. Because like I said, it was probably a good thing that I found Charles at this point in life. Because if I would have found him maybe like David Mendenhall that had already moved on and moved forward, and I was already, a pillar of his society, maybe he didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to leave those stones alone. He didn't want to kick up old stones up. Leave him alone. But then here you got old booty dog Mark coming out saying it wasn't so. So it's a double-edged sword for me, because I feel bad that Hip's still struggling from his trauma. And then you got Betty the cook with these crazy allegations, outlandish stories, almost comical, that'll make you laugh. They had me laughing. The spooning, the just French kissing, the Jolly Ranchers tie-dye underwear. Outrageous, comical, prison genre knockoff skits. Trying to pass off like facts. I get that. But a lot of people might take that seriously and think that that's a victim. You think that's a real victim talking about the mockery, the jokes, the French kissing that Mark likes to paint himself down there? And what picture is he painting? What is he doing? Like, so Mark, you're painting Mark in this sexual deviant, comical type of way. And then you ask him about the incident that Mark considered small at Limestone. And this so-called Betty the cook says, yeah, I witnessed it. I seen it. I seen it during breaks. These guys were laughing. Like it doesn't make sense. Whatever Mark and JG were doing at the time, I think the laugh and giggles were not one of their emotions. Because once again, they got a victim in front of them, defecating on them. I don't think the victim, if he would have seen these guys laugh, I don't think he would have taken them seriously. So it's like somebody's telling you to hand it over, but they're laughing. So you don't know, hey, is this guy playing a joke on me? And you got to remember, it's not just some random person walking up to you. It's your fellow blood member. So you have confidence in, and if he comes and tells you, hey, hand it over, and he's laughing to you, hey, you know this guy. Is he being serious? Is he playing? What is he, it's not just some random person where some random person say, give it to me, and he's laughing. Hey, this guy's probably out of his fucking mind. I'm going to give it to him. So these pictures that this Betty the cook is trying to paint are outlandish, comical at times. And I apologize to the real victims that suffer this trauma. If y'all seen that live, I wasn't making fun of the situation. I was making fun of Betty, the so-called Betty the cook character, because that's all it is a character. Because if you take that seriously, then you take anything seriously, then people call me gullible, and I'm like, man, y'all are gullible if y'all believe that. Y'all really are. The outlandish and comical stuff. Donatello. Oh, I forgot. The furries. The furries. Putting bunny ears on people and having them prancing around, hopping around. I know there were jackrabbits because Mark and JG were going to town on that poor victim. That poor victim defecated about 5 times. That is some sick stuff, man. And these guys going to back town. No, let me finish. No, you finished already, but I still want some more. And then you go back for seconds. Not that you didn't finish. You won in seconds. Gotta call it like as it is. You got your due. You seen JG going to town, and man, you're like, fuck it, man. You got aroused and you went back to town. And vice versa. JG seen you go to town and y'all went back. I don't know who was the fifth one, but it was like y'all double dipped. And that is some sick and deviant stuff. You can't get worse than that. And then you want to come out here and pollute these females? Maybe the man from Alabama might not thank me, but those single moms that I'm gonna bring awareness to all this, it's not just Mark. There's a lot of dudes that come out of Alabama prison that are dealing with them boys. But this is just awareness. If you got one doing it, if you've seen it for yourself, how many other people are out there? How many other sexual deviants? These guys need to get put back in the closet where they belong, where they don't hurt nobody, hurt themselves, but don't hurt nobody else. You heard it from the man, credible, educated, background, a father. He called it what it was. He said, all your victims you interacted, you left them with the lifetime healthcare issues. A lifetime. That is wild. That's up to your imagination of what you can think lifetime is. That Betty the cook, if you believe that that's a real victim, y'all are real gullible. That is just some random person for fun and giggles. The furries. It makes no sense. It would have been more believable him saying, nah, man. They would make the panties and make these guys do the pageants. We've all seen that on YouTube. That's believable. You know what Hip said, that these guys would play for their gamble for their boys. That's a believable scenario. Because dudes do it out here. You bet what you get, what you got. I've seen people gamble their dogs, their shoes off their feet. People gamble what they got at the time. And if at the time you have possession of a boy, then you putting that boy into the pot. That's the mentality these guys are living. That's what Jonathan Schwartz said. That is gold, the currency at Limestone Penitentiary. I'm not making none of this stuff up. You know, his business partner, landlord / roommate, the lover. Keep that between you and him. Why do you want to come out here? If you're already getting your due, leave the females alone. Leave them alone. Why do you want to ruin lives? Haven't you ruined enough lives already? Haven't you dramatized enough? When is enough enough? Haven't you got your due enough? Enough dues? But God humbles us. He humbles us. In one way or another, we get humbled. You know, we get big-headed, airheaded, and we start thinking that we're better than the next man. We start giving these so-called man titles to ourselves. You start idolizing. That's not good. That is not good. You know, characters like this, like I say, they need to get put back in the closet. Deadbolt that motherfucker, chain it up, and don't let the motherfuckers come out. What good are what good? What contribution are they bringing to society? Just reply to me. What's his contribution to society other than to hurt somebody and bring more trauma in that person's life? You heard what Jonathan Swartz said. Every person this guy interacted with was a victim, an extorter, a torturer, a rapist. He left his victims that he interacted with the lifetime health care issues. I don't understand who would want to even be near this guy unless it's another person that says, hey, heck it. I'm positive too. It doesn't matter. We love each other. But Mark still, nah, man, I'm in the free world. I want me a girl. Why do you want a female for? You already got you a boy, man. Be happy. You've been living with them boys. To each their own. But don't come out here and be the Walking Dead, infecting everybody. Lifetime health care. Every time the victims interacted with you. Lifetime health care issues. We can speculate. I don't know. I'm just saying lifetime. They saying like a headache, a sore tooth, sprained ankle, broken bone, a broken jaw. Nah, a broken jaw, I'm pretty sure it'll heal up. I mean, but what's lifetime healthcare issues? That's a good one. I don't know, man. Well, we just don't know. We just don't know. And at this point, we don't really care. We're just bringing awareness, educational purposes. Uh, and that's all we can do. Keep bringing attention to this narrative, and hopefully, they go back in the closet where the boogeyman needs to be. Y'all have a good one.